It's Tracy and Noel. They're gonna make you LOL on 90 Day Fiance Trash Talk.
Hello and welcome to 90 Day Fiance Trash Talk. This is episode 160. I'm your host, comedian Tracy Carnazzo, joined by my co-host, comedian Noel W. Herzog.
Yay, hi.
Hi, we are here for a very special episode of 90 Day Fiance Trash Talk, where we cover the Single Life Season 2 Tell-All. So that's episodes 12 and 13. It's a two-part tell-all. Now, if you did not watch The Single Life, you're still going to want to listen to this.
Yes.
Because we're going to tell you everything that happened on The Single Life.
And you're going to know everybody who we're talking about.
If you want to catch up on The Single Life, you can go to patreon.com/trash talk podcast. If you join at the super duper level, you will get access to every single episode of The Single Life Trash Talk that we did for season 2.
They're all there.
So you could listen, you could catch up, you can listen, but you don't have to. Honestly, you don't have to listen.
No, you just have to listen to this. So much happens. So much on this reunion.
I have 25 pages of notes.
But that's what I mean.
No, I had to throw a pen out because I ran out of ink. I'm not even kidding you.
It took you a full day to watch it. It took me a long time the other day too.
Right now, let's just be totally candid. Break down the wall. It is Friday, February 18th. It's 8:57 p.m. Yeah. I started watching this a very long time ago.
8:57 a.m.
Yeah, a very long time ago. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah, it's a lot. So much happens. I was watching this and I'm like, I can't believe there are more segments happening.
I can't believe it. But you know what? There are. So we're going to jump into this. This is The Single Life Season 2 Tell-All, episodes 12 and 13. All right. So now it's a few months later.
Right. It's a few months later. And
Ed broke up with Liz 8 times. Stephanie talks about how she got a lot of Botox.
Right. And Ed also did 6 months of therapy.
Yes. But didn't he say that in the last tell-all?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think it's the same 6 months?
Yes.
Okay. Me too.
Stephanie also calls him a gray fox.
Okay. So everyone loves Ed's hair. Now, this is something that I'm going to tell you guys a story about.
Okay.
No one actually likes the way Ed looks or his hair or Ed. It's just when someone changes something. I mean, obviously Ed's hair is better. Don't get me wrong.
Way better.
But it's not because it's so good. It's because what he had was so bad.
I guess that makes sense.
Also, Deb, she looks cute, but she's wearing a blush top and it's really washing her out.
Yeah, I don't think that she should wear the white tops or the blush tops.
Yeah, I think she needs a little bit of a jewel tone.
A jewel tone, a black tone.
Yeah.
A gray tone.
Deb said that Ed is pathetic. So right off the bat, Deb and Ed are like clashing hard. And I'm like, there are going to be so many fights.
But she's never liked him. Also, why does she call him a sitting duck? She goes, he's a sitting duck.
Well, Vanessa and Deb are not getting along right now.
Right.
Stephanie exposes both of her breasts for the entire tell-all.
Yeah, it's too much.
It's too much, but they're nice.
Are they?
Are they not?
I don't know. I think Natalie wins in the boob department.
Right. But look at Stephanie has little to no support.
Yeah. But that's why I didn't think they looked great.
Oh, I feel like for no support, they looked good.
I didn't think they were very supported.
They weren't supported. That's why I think they looked good, because if that's what they look like unsupported, I am impressed.
Are you?
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh, okay. I did not feel like that, but I will say I really like her haircut. This short hair on her, these little waves, very cute cut.
Well, I think you should get your hair done like that, but first you would have to take a bath with your hairdresser.
I mean, I'm between hairdressers right now too.
Do you have a bathtub big enough for 2 people?
No.
This is the problem. This is why we're not taking baths with our hairdressers. We would have better hair. We've had the same hairstyle for years.
I have not had a different hairstyle, and I can't even tell you how long.
No, I just did the ends purple once, but that was it.
It was so cute.
Oh my God. Thank you so much. Jesse and Jennifer, they're via television.
Right.
And every time someone says their names, they make out.
Why though?
To show them that, just they're doing the thing.
We get it. You like each other. You're good looking. Cool.
They are also located right now in Cancun, Mexico, which
boy.
is somewhere
Tracy's
that
second home.
Listen, was I born there? No, but does it feel like I was? Yeah, because I did spend 5 days and 4 nights there. If you guys
basically own the place.
If you guys have any questions about Cancun, Mexico, if you want to know anything about traveling, just like in general, airplanes and flying, resorts, you could contact me privately.
Fly while crying.
Listen, you don't know what happened on that plane.
No, it's okay. I think it's what happened in the dentist chair when I was in it the other day. Just silent cries.
I cried all the way to Cancun.
How long is the flight from here?
It wasn't long. I don't remember because I was crying, but I got to tell you, I was hydrated enough to keep the tears going the whole way. So maybe 3.5.
Oh, not bad.
No, it definitely wasn't
bad. I can handle
bad.
That. Yeah.
To be honest with you, it really wasn't that bad.
Okay.
A stranger, did he hold my hand? Yeah.
That's very nice. What a kind stranger.
Nice. You know what? Listen, he was the best company I had in Cancun.
Shout out.
So Colt thinks that Debbie needs to try harder. He's like, she doesn't really put herself out there. What is going on with Colt?
Okay, I think, and I do agree with Debbie on this. We'll get into it later. I think Vanessa has done something to him.
Yeah, there's something like
he's angry. He's angry and cruel
all the time, though.
Yeah.
All right, so that was a 7-hour trip to San Diego. You couldn't fly?
Okay, but I don't understand that.
Because you all flew to New York. You didn't walk from Vegas.
It would take like an hour maybe to fly.
Why are we doing this?
Right.
God. All right. Well, the root of the argument was that he thinks that she's too dependent on him.
Okay, but how is this different?
Why are we fighting about this on the tell-all?
Well, that's what I don't understand. Like, why aren't we talking about her dating life? It's the single life.
Yeah. Why?
Yeah.
Colt just came there to scream at his mother in her face.
Well, that's the thing. It's like he came there and he just flips out.
Yeah. He was super rude. And he's like, my wife is pregnant. And I'm like, she's pregnant.
Right.
So then we find out that Deb said that she's moving in with Audrey. Colt and Vanessa have separated. Vanessa
but they haven't. She just doesn't live there anymore.
Vanessa left 3 weeks ago. Vanessa's staying with a friend because she's mad at Deb.
Right. And they're still together.
Right. But then we find out that she had a miscarriage. So why did Colt say my wife is pregnant?
I thought he said my wife was pregnant when we were in San
Diego. I thought he said is. But I like how he puts that on Debbie.
What is that? But right. So Debbie didn't know that.
Right. And also Colt said yes.
Right. Right. So, you didn't have to say yes.
Jesus Christ. So now she's crying and crying and crying. Everyone's crying. And Ed is like, Colt, you should support your mom a little bit. Colt flips out.
He tells him to shut the fuck up. I don't even like saying these words.
I know. And then Ed says, quote, calm down, polar bear.
Which I don't understand that, but okay.
You know what the problem is? I don't even like Ed a little bit.
Right.
And then he does I don't like Colt more.
Here's the thing. Ed was not terrible on the tell-all.
No.
Usually the past few tell-alls that I've seen Colt on, I haven't really hated him.
Yeah, but this one was not good.
He was so cruel. And that's why I say this has something to do with Vanessa. Something has changed in him because Debbie hasn't changed.
No.
So their relationship hasn't changed. So it's just something's going on.
Well, Debbie said that she pays all the bills because they're both unemployed.
Right. But Colt always worked. When he was with Larissa, he worked.
But he got laid off from his job.
But why doesn't Vanessa work? She's never worked.
I mean, I don't know. I guess she's busy tending to the cats.
But it's you wonder why Debbie doesn't have the money to move out because she's the one paying all the bills in the house. And also, Debbie, just tell them to move out then. And you keep the place. You can afford it anyway. You're paying for it now. I don't really understand.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Tell them to leave.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So
tell them to leave. Bye.
They're both unemployed. And then, she admits to the codependency.
Right.
And Colt's like, yeah, well, you were so mad when we said we were going to move out. She's like, yeah, because we had a lease.
Right.
She's like, you couldn't wait.
Also, are they trying to blame a little bit the stress from like
100%
miscarriage? Okay, 100% I thought so.
They are. Yes, they are implying that because Deb stresses them out, she lost the baby.
That's why Vanessa had a miscarriage.
Yep.
Right? Which is terrible. It's terrible that it happened.
Guys.
It's terrible to pin on someone. Come on.
This is not good. All right. So now Jesse and St. John are like, guys, let's make this happen. Let's all throw in some money and pay Deb's bills.
It's St. John. You don't have any money.
St. John's like, Tanya, can you pay Deb's bills?
But I feel like Jesse has the money, and I feel like Jesse would do it. Jesse was like, if it's just a matter of money, I'll do it.
Right. But also, Deb's very likable.
Oh, she is so likable.
She's very, very likable.
Yeah.
All right. So now Vanessa and Deb fight, and Ed suggests counseling, but Deb is very closed off to this, and she's like, work on something. Work on what? And it's like, oh, Deb.
She doesn't see anything. She doesn't see a problem, which is the problem.
It's not great.
Yeah, it's not great.
So now Vanessa and her keep fighting.
Right.
And Deb says, and this is a quote, you effed him up.
Right. And it's crazy. This is what gets me. Vanessa and Debbie were close when Vanessa was watching the cats and Colt was basically having an affair with Vanessa.
Yeah.
Vanessa was so close to Debbie. And then once Vanessa kind of got in and got what she wanted, she doesn't need Debbie around. And that's why.
Can you imagine wanting Colt?
No. Like on purpose, like marry, have kids with.
Yeah. Like on purpose.
That polar bear, you want it on purpose.
Well, there's a lot of things I can't believe, but from Wondery, even the rich pulls back the curtain on the lives of the rich and famous and takes a peek at the wild world of celebrity. In an all-new season, hosts Brooke and Arisha are telling the story of Janet Jackson.
I was going to tell you about this.
Oh my God. Well, she was so huge at the peak of her career. She influenced the likes of Madonna, Mariah Carey, and even her brother, Michael. She was on top of the pop world, but in a fateful split-second moment at the 2004 Super Bowl, Janet's life and career took a dramatic turn. From Wondery, even the rich, Janet versus the Super Bowl looks back at her iconic career and the wardrobe malfunction that changed everything. In this all-new season, they track Janet's rise from the kid sister in the Jackson family all the way to the fallout from Nipplegate, when her breast was exposed on live TV to millions. Janet was torn to shreds by the media, setting an unfortunate trend for the way many female celebrities in the 2000s were treated. Who was to blame for that mishap? Even the Rich has the whole story. Noelle.
Tracy.
I think we know who is to blame, JT.
I know. Okay, but in my mind, he is to blame.
Of course, but no, that's not in your mind. That's in general.
Because I thought that was just in my mind.
Well, I guess we're going to have to see what is in Brooke and Arisha's minds. Listen to Even the Rich and Rich and Daily on Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Spotify, or you can listen ad-free by joining Wondery Plus in the Wondery app.
Cool. Right. I love listening to this podcast.
I know, me too.
It's so fun.
All right, so let's talk about Ed. So Liz comes out wearing a Fashion Nova dress.
She lost me as soon as she came out.
What is wrong with her? The way she behaves, I can't put my finger on it, but there's something off.
I know. Well, like you would say, besides the gummyotomy needing, there is a problem. And I don't know what it is. I think she's just, there's something wrong. She's like a broken person. I don't know.
I mean, I think that we're all broken people. I would.
Oh, no. I know, but
it doesn't affect our speech patterns.
It's not our speech, but it's also in a way that makes you desire love from Big Ed. That's a broken person.
That's a whole different other person.
But no, you're right. There's something off about her, the way she speaks and everything too. Mm-hmm.
So then we talk about Ed farting in the cab because he's just so comfortable with her. What a dream.
Yeah, it sounds great. It sounds like a fun ride.
And then we do a flashback of the last tell-all. And Deb is laughing out loud all the way.
But that's why I like her. She's very silly.
Okay, but here's the thing, right? So Ed said that he was doing a comedy gig. Mm-hmm. First of all, I'm sorry, excuse me?
Are you excited to be on his show one day?
Yeah, I can't wait.
Mhm.
And he said he was driving from LA to San Diego and Teddy wasn't moving and he knew he was dead. Okay.
Mhm.
That's not the story you told us in the last
Well, that's
episode.
what I was gonna say. That wasn't the story
So
at all.
did Teddy die twice?
Because I thought he died in bed and then you wrapped him
You
up
wrapped him in a towel and then you had to
so
go to
nobody
the
would
vet.
see him. Yeah.
You didn't want anyone to know
Uh-huh.
in the house.
Uh-huh.
He
There's
closed
a
his
lot of
eyes for 30
stories.
minutes in the house and then he was
Uh-huh.
done.
Uh-huh. He was up all night. He couldn't sleep. It was like, oh, I don't know. It seems like there's something wrong with him.
And then 30 minutes later, dead. DED,
Right.
dead.
Right.
But
So what's this about?
then he died in the car.
He was reborn.
Was this a different Teddy?
Okay, so that's what I was thinking. I'm like, is this Teddy squared? What is this? Is there another Teddy I don't
Is
know
it
about?
his alter ego?
Uh-huh. Fetty.
All right. Well, also the way he's rubbing her leg,
It's gross.
it's probably the most offensive thing that happens on this entire tell-all.
Yeah, like I would watch Jesse dry hump Jennifer all day long.
The rubbing of
watch
the leg.
this.
This is not good. All right.
I
So
know.
he said that he had a rush and find, quote, the biggest ring I could find. Everyone is the faces. They're zooming in on everyone's faces. And
Mhm.
I'm dying at these faces.
Because he's ridiculous.
He also says that he forgives her.
Okay. But she should be the one forgiving him.
He said that someone else was breaking up with her from his phone each time because he's not smart enough to text.
But it's like, what?
Noelle, Noelle,
Uh-huh.
since you are a little girl, what have I ingrained in you?
That you are responsible for what comes out of your phone.
I don't care who wrote it. You allowed it. So that's what you meant.
But but I feel like he actually asked someone like, hello, I want to break up with Liz. Can you break up with her for me? Because I'm not good with words. What?
Yeah.
What are you talking
8 times
about?
though. 8 times.
Right. Mhm.
I hope this guy took some commission or something.
Seriously, that's a lot of times.
Could be $80.
I would like that.
So Deb and Colt are like abusing them.
Because it's so easy.
Deb calls him desperate. And then Ed goes, his response is, who's not?
Okay, but I was not expecting that response. Like, aren't we all desperate? I don't think
What?
that's how it works.
I don't.
But basically he's saying I'm with Liz because I'm desperate. Like he acknowledges
What a dream.
it.
What a dream.
Uh-huh.
Maybe
He
one
sounds
day,
so great.
maybe one day a man out of desperation will get me the biggest ring I could find.
Maybe you'll be that lucky.
But also she was like, yeah, I wasn't sure if it was for me or not. But you know, he put the insurance in my name.
Right. Well, that's
And
a
he
big
showed me the
thing.
receipt. Also, the biggest ring you could find was $13,100.
Okay, when he says this, I'm like, I can't wait. Tracy is probably mortified.
That's the
by
biggest
this.
ring you listen. I think that's too much to spend on an
So
engagement
do
ring.
I.
I think
Uh-huh.
that's more than double I would spend on an engagement ring.
Hell yeah. Spend $2,000. That's as far as
Thank you.
I will go.
I gotta
Uh-huh.
tell you, I think it's such a waste of money.
It is a waste of money. What is the point? You're just showing off for people.
You're showing. Well, he had to get to the biggest ring he could find.
Of
Now,
course, he had
also-
money in the safe.
Okay, but why do we keep talking about the safe?
He wants you to know that he has enough money,
But
but he
even-
has a safe.
But even no, it's called the bank.
No, he has a safe.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
He's a mom wife. He puts it under the mattress. You know,
Does
you
he-
can't trust the banks.
Does he flush Liz's drugs when the feds knock on the door?
Uh-huh. Wake up, Henry.
It was all we had.
Karen, I was depending on that money.
Ah. Okay. So
We're
he gets
back.
the biggest. So in all of San Diego,
Mhm.
the most expensive engagement ring is $13,100. So you know
Good
what?
to
Listen,
know.
if you have a gold digging girlfriend, move to San Diego and tell her there would literally be no way to get her a more expensive ring than that.
This is the most.
This is the most expensive ring in all of the land. So Deb said that he's only with her because the other girls that he was dating did not like him.
He acknowledges this.
He's like,
Uh-huh.
Stephanie's entire breast is now exposed.
Okay, there's a lot of breasts, and I'm not offended by the breast.
I'm not offended. It's just
it.
there. It's just
Yeah.
there. I'm just, this is just an observation. So they got back together and 2 days later, he proposed to her.
But what's wrong with him?
Well, Liz said, quote, people change.
Okay, but 2 days you have to get engaged.
Mm-hmm. Even Stephanie thinks this is crazy. And
And that's how you know.
She's like, I don't even have a shirt on. And I think this is nuts. And they bring up how she tried to cancel him on the internet.
Because
And
they're
how they-
toxic.
Yes. So his mom even moved out.
I know. And it's like, it's very similar to Vanessa and Debbie.
His mother is not happy about the engagement, and no one in Ed's family will comment. So they bring his friend Rich on, who talks to his mother every single day, and he's all the way team Norma.
Right. I'm team Norma.
Why is this everyone's business, though? This is the weird thing. It's like, if they're going to be weirdos, let them be weirdos. Why? Like, I don't know. I would just like let this happen.
Okay, I agree with you because that's who I am. I just let shit like this happen. But he is the author of the breakup text. He thinks that he has a say in the matter, I guess.
This guy, I don't like him at all.
No, he's an asshole. You could tell.
So pretentious. And so nasty. He thinks
he's not a good guy.
He thinks he has control of Ed in his relationship.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, who are you?
And then Ed's like, by the way, guys, you said that my family wouldn't comment. You don't know that I have a half sister cousin in Arkansas. Does she have a phone? No.
He's like, I have 12 nieces and nephews. What are you talking about?
I have an old coworker that was like family.
Right. And I didn't even touch her funny.
Teddy had 3 other puppies in the litter, and you could have contacted them.
I love Teddy.
Oh, Teddy. He had to die twice.
I know. Seriously, poor dog. He's probably exhausted.
He said, so this apparently is about a prenup. They want her to sign a prenup, but Ed doesn't want her to sign a prenup because Ed knows that thinks that he has to buy her.
But his safe is empty. He bought the most expensive engagement ring.
What are you prenupping?
Right. The safe is, the safe is empty.
$13,100 is gone.
Yes.
Do you think he's going to put Liz in that backpack with the fish hole
with
in
the
it?
bubble?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, maybe. I don't know if there's enough room for her and her gums in there.
Stop, please don't. My lungs hurt. So Sean dismisses Liz. I love when Sean dismisses people.
Me too, because Sean is like, okay, enough.
Okay, bye.
Yeah, bye. Thanks for joining
Natalie
us.
and Stephanie are talking about the prenup in the fake backstage.
But they're not really talking shit. They're just kind of just talking about
the facts.
Yeah.
Rehashing the facts. Now, this is how you know how insignificant Liz is, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Liz listens.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's like, I could hear you. And they're like, okay.
Right. Okay. Good for you.
And she's like, you should open your ears. You should use your ears.
Because I would sign it. Right. You should open your ears.
And then what does Natalie say to her?
What does she say to her?
She calls her the B word.
Oh, does she? I just
Yeah,
know that they were giggling when she left.
She calls her the B word, but so like silly because it's like they don't even stand up.
Well, that's it. Who's going to respect her? To be totally honest
She's
with
like,
you.
oh, okay. Yeah.
Right. It's like, ooh.
She's like, I heard.
Hooky.
She goes, I heard my name. She goes, we didn't even say your name. She's like, I heard Ed's name. They're like, we didn't say Ed's name. She's like, I heard Teddy's name.
Right.
They're like, we weren't talking about Teddy. She's like, I heard that you were singing. They're like, we weren't singing.
So it must have been about me. But then she leaves.
And she goes,
and she's talking to Ed.
No, but she leaves and she's like, yeah, at least I don't filter my pictures like them. You should.
I mean, please do.
I think you should. So she said that she wants to kill that bee.
Okay, right. You're going to kill them?
So kill her. Yeah, that's why you walked away very
Natalie
calmly.
will fuck you up, man.
Oh, man.
Like, you can't mess with crazy eyes like that.
No
She will
way.
house you.
Well,
Yeah.
Tanya's there. And
she looks so good, by the way, in red.
Let me tell you something. Her and her mother stole the show.
Her mother is not, she's not at the point anymore. She's
moving on. We're going to talk about that. So St. John said that he misses splitting the rent with her. That's what he misses about her.
Okay, I would miss that too. But why is she crying already when she comes? I couldn't figure it out.
I think it's just, what's happening.
A lot.
She was listening to him talk about how he just misses splitting the rent.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
They make her walk 2 miles to this chair.
They make her walk too much. She's like Bambi in these heels.
Well, because she has a bad ankle too, remember?
oh, I know. And there's so many carpets.
Noelle, she has to like do the walk of shame.
I know.
Why
It's a
is
lot. Like I would just die. of
why is the
horror.
guest chair on that side of the stage and yet the entrance is on the other side?
I know. It's weird.
You
I don't
couldn't let
know.
her come in from this side?
Not even a girl with a peg leg.
Not even. Jeez. All right. So he said that he's already divorced in his head.
It's so weird because he goes back and forth. It's like
Yes.
he's so enamored by how she looks. He'll always love Tanya. I don't know if I made a mistake. I
Right.
missed her. I'm so happy I got divorced. It was the right decision.
Yeah. So she said that she wants to sell feet pics. I think that's amazing.
Good for her.
Stephanie lies and says that she's a millionaire from selling farts in jars. That's not true.
That's not true.
And then we have to have a flashback of the goodbye. Now, I'm crying and you're crying for sure.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Sean is crying.
I can't take it.
Stephanie's crying.
Mhm.
Debbie's crying. He goes to hug her. They both cry.
It's so genuine. That's why.
Why did we have to do that again? Didn't we cry the first time?
Oh, no, they want to upset us. They want us all to just K ourselves on here. It's too
Okay, well,
sad.
there you go.
Mhm.
So he said that she wanted him to change.
Right.
And they're like, so Sinjin, what do you think you, because he's like, she always wanted me to change. And they're like, well, what did you change? He's like, oh, nothing.
Right.
He said that he can find a girl that just wants to party with him.
Yeah. Maybe for a month. Or maybe the girl that's like
Okay.
I always tell you, after the pool games are over, the girl that's left at the bar, that's who you could party with.
And they're going to go far together because none of them are going to pay the rent.
But what's with him? He's a child.
He is such a man child.
Yeah.
And he says that they asked her about the letter. And he said that he left her 3 protection stones. And she's like, oh, the ones I bought with my money. Thank you so much.
I hope that this to her was kind of like, if I had any questions about whether or not I was doing the right thing by us breaking up, this reinforces that it was right. I really hope so, because seeing this, like I never knew this much about Sinjin until I watched The Single Life. And I'm like, oh, Tanya's an asshole, but this guy, he is the worst.
He's the worst.
He
All
is
she
the
wanted
worst.
was for him to be a person.
No, I get it. She did emasculate him a lot. She did a lot of things that
Because he wouldn't do anything.
I don't agree with. I get it, but it's like I can't go through that. You'll never get someone to do something if you act like that either.
Right. But I think that she was too far in already.
Sure. But like I said, my opinion on her has definitely changed now that I know more about him.
Yes, for sure.
Mhm.
Well, relationships take a lot of work, especially the most important one you can have in your life, which is the relationship with yourself.
Yes.
BetterHelp is online therapy that offers video, phone, and even live chat sessions with your therapist. So you don't have to see anyone on camera if you don't want to. Did you know that?
Actually, no, I've never done that.
Yeah, because I always do the video, but if you don't want
Me
to, you don't
too.
have to. It is much more affordable than in-person therapy, and you could be matched with a therapist in under 48 hours. Give it a try and see why over 2 million people have used BetterHelp online therapy. So I've been using BetterHelp online therapy. You've been using it. I do video sessions with my therapist every single week, and I absolutely love it because I don't have to drive anywhere.
I don't have to sit in traffic, and I don't like sitting in a waiting room with other people. And I'm so glad I don't have to.
I don't either. So this month, BetterHelp Online Therapy wants to remind you that you matter just as much as everyone else does. And therapy is a great way to make sure you show up for yourself. This podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp, and 90 Day Fiancé Trash Talk listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/fiancé. That's BetterHelp, BetterHelp.com/fiancé. And as always, all of the information is in the show notes.
Show notes, my favorite place to be.
All right, let's talk about Stephanie. So Sean throws shade right off the bat.
What is she?
She's
How?
like, Stephanie was looking to lose her celibacy to a man, a woman, a friend, a stranger.
But also, this isn't a thing. Now that you've said that and you've opened my eyes,
Yeah.
like, it's not a thing.
Losing your celibacy? What were you in?
Right.
A monk?
Right. Like, you're not, what is there to lose? You're just having sex again after not.
You didn't have a partner.
Yeah. That's all. No big
It's
deal.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
And you made
God.
a conscious decision not to do it too. It's not even like you couldn't.
But that's her brand.
Yeah. It's listen. It's working for her, I guess.
Well, she said that even though she's equally attracted to a man and a woman, she wants to date a man.
Because women are too emotional.
Well, whatever.
Okay.
She said
So
that
she must be a man for saying that.
she said that her hairdresser ghosted her after the bath.
I mean, so here's the thing. She says like she thinks actually maybe she was just like like she wasn't
Bi-curious.
bi. She was bi-curious.
Yes. So she didn't really want to date.
But Stephanie, I don't think you're bi. After seeing how she was with Erica, I mean, who am I? I don't know. I'm just saying what they've showed us.
Sure. So don't worry, because she went to Paris.
What the hell was this about?
Okay. So this is Stephanie trying to be as she's trying to entice the viewers to like buy her farts in a jar and then like subscribe to her OnlyFans.
Oh,
This is an advertisement. That's all this is.
Interesting. Because I did not buy this at all.
No, absolutely not. Because there's nothing about him.
Right. That's the thing. So you suddenly have this Parisian lover.
Right. But he's not.
You're doing anal with him
Listen.
on your first date.
What? No good. No good.
An hour later, we were in the shower together. She has a water fetish too.
She definitely does. But also there is some truth to this because there's definitely a guy in Paris.
Is there?
Yes, but I do
Okay.
not believe this story per se.
Right. That's the thing. I don't believe so. I did see that she has a boyfriend.
Yes.
So yeah, I guess there is a Paris guy, but you're right. There is nothing believable about this.
Okay, so she's found a diamond in the rough, Noelle. He is open to having a threesome with another woman.
No way. I've never met a guy that's been.
How did she
open to
find
that.
him?
Who would think? Who would think?
Where would you find such a guy? She did all the stuff with him,
Mhm. Mhm.
all of the stuff, every single one of them.
He S's in her M, which I don't
Uh,
ever want to think about again.
Okay, well, Deb is clapping for her escapades.
Listen, Deb likes it because she likes being between the friend zone and the box zone. As we know.
Deb is all about this, but Jennifer is gonna get in big trouble here.
Because why? Because Jennifer thinks it's great.
Jennifer's like, is he from Paris?
Also,
French
she
guys are
talks about
great in bed. They're
how
great lovers.
they take turns being submissive and dom.
Shut
her and
up.
Jesse. Shut up.
You know that
Nobody
that's another
cares.
advertisement. This is all an advertisement for all of these people's videos and nude photos.
Yeah, that's true. But like, I don't know. As hot as Jesse and Jennifer are, I don't need to see it.
All right. Well, Natalie suggests marriage and a kid. What made you think that she wanted to marry him and have a kid? Was it the anal?
I think so.
Was it the
anal
first date?
shower? It was
it
the golden shower.
threesome?
Mhm.
Stop.
Right. I
please.
think it was a threesome.
Natalie's like, this is wonderful. You should get married and have a kid. And she's like, I'm really not sure about kids. And Natalie's like, what? What is this?
It's so funny. Natalie closes her ears as Stephanie's talking. What is wrong with her too?
Okay, but that made me LOL very hard because I
No,
also
me
wanted to
too.
close my ears.
No, I agree.
Well, now she's off her meds, which doesn't mean what you think it does. She's off her meds for her aplastic anemia.
Right.
And she is exploring her fetishes, her kinks. She likes to get tied up. She likes to get handcuffs. Deb is like, I'm sorry, what kind of handcuffs did you use exactly?
Right.
And
Can you send
Stephanie's
me
like-
the link on Amazon?
Right. And Stephanie's like, hey, we're going to talk.
Right.
I'll put that in the show notes, Deb. Don't worry. Deb is learning a lot.
But
she's
Debbie
taking
really
notes.
enjoys this.
I know. This is why I like Debbie, because she's a silly goose.
No, me too. I like her. I would hang out with her.
I would too. So, and then she says, quote, I'm sorry, Noelle, you better earmuff this.
Okay.
I love it when he spits in my mouth.
Yeah.
Natalie is confused all the way. She's like, I'm sorry. I must not be very good at the English language.
She wants him to S in her M. I can't handle it.
This is when Natalie closes her ears. And you know what? I get it.
My ears are burning.
Jennifer's like, excuse me. I also like BDSM and bondage.
Okay. And I'm like, what are you talking about?
I mean, Ed should be like, we also like it. So you can subscribe to our OnlyFans.
Oh, you're right. This is all an advertisement. I just have to tell myself it's not real. It's not real. It's not real.
Okay. So
It's not real.
Jesse and Jennifer. Now it's time to talk about them. So obviously they have to make out.
Which is annoying, but okay, good for you.
It's like they're on spring break.
But it's like, okay, we
They're
get
in
it. You guys
Cancun.
like each other. Yay. Jesse
probably
likes girls. You like boys. Cool.
They probably just came from DJ Scribble's spring break party in Cancun, and now they
my
are like
God.
still jacked up.
I loved watching everybody dance on those. That was so good.
Okay, so listen, obviously, like I've been to Cancun myself in person, but like my first tastes of Cancun were MTV Spring Break.
Spring break.
Yeah, and I always knew
Why
that
don't
I would
they
be there
do
one
that
day.
anymore?
I don't know. That was the best.
Like I have a full on picture of it in my head. Like I need to see this. You're right. DJ Scribbles. And then they would do like singled out, like on the beach.
Get out of my head. I was just gonna tell you when they used to do the live singled out.
When like Jenny McCarthy was the
God.
girl.
And Chris Hardwick, right?
I know. Yes. I can't take it.
Oh well. You just
Tracy.
blew my mind.
I wish that we could watch that.
I wish you could watch it right now if I closed my eyes, like in my head.
I could probably watch it a little.
I could watch, like, I see the stage, and to be honest with you, the day that they're filming right now that I'm watching, not super sunny out. Everyone has cut off jean shorts, bikini tops. Everyone's flashing each other.
Everyone.
There's girls dancing on the sides of the stage, and you're like, who's going to come out next? It's so good.
Oh, this is so good.
All right. Well, Jesse has a place in Russia. He has a place in Amsterdam, but they're going to live together in Spain.
But he says, we have a place in Russia. We have a place in Amsterdam.
Are you ready for it? Can I translate that? He probably has a short-term rental in Russia. His parents live in Amsterdam in that basement apartment. And that's it.
Oh my God. I remember his mother was trying to be Betsy Johnson. In a weird way. Yeah.
She's like, do you have any yarn I could tie in my hair before we film?
Right.
And he was like, I just have these scraps from the garbage. She's like, that will work.
That'll do.
So what about her kid?
Okay. So as I'm watching this is what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
She is so quick to throw stones at everyone and to just talk shit. But like her mom has her kid. Her mom's raising her kid, right?
I guess so. Because every time she saw her kid, when Jesse was there, her mother brought her to see the kid.
I just feel like she's so judgmental with a lot of things.
I don't like her at all.
No, neither do I.
All right, now we see Coco Cacuca.
Why? All
right, so Cacua's back. Jesse likes to call him Cuckoo, Cacao. All right, so they have an interpreter finally.
They
don't really talk much anymore, and he said that Jesse's very calculated, and Natalie agrees.
He's not wrong. Natalie doesn't like him.
Does not like him. So now they play the footage.
Right.
Of her and Kakwa with the subtitles.
Yes.
Very, very good. So Jesse said that there was no sex between them, meaning P and V.
Right. But maybe she gave him a knobby or whatever.
Right. So Sean asked Kaka and he said he can't say, but hugs and kisses count. Wait, what?
Okay. Right. He's trying to say that hugging is sex.
Okay. Well, Noelle, I've watched you do a lot of sex at work.
But that's what I mean. You know how much sex I had at my own wedding?
In a barn. In front of your family.
But that's what I mean. What are you talking about? A hug is sex?
I don't know. But you're
stretching it.
They watched the dinner scene with the subtitles. And Jennifer said they're friends.
Right.
And then Jennifer snaps at Tanya and Natalie. She's a nasty B word.
She's mean.
Jesse said that they call him delicate. And he's like, I am delicate in some ways.
He is delicate. Good for him. I think he's much more likable than everybody says.
They think that Jen and Kakwa can be together.
But like, I feel like, were they ever really together?
No, this is not real.
No.
So Tim is here with Veronica. I love it. I love it.
But
I love
why?
it. I love it. Because of this. So they haven't seen each other since the split. She said that her promise ring was a fake diamond that she threw in the trash. Jennifer is really mad about Tim and Veronica.
But why is she so mean to him? What did he do to her?
I don't know, but they're talking about all of the stuff that they do.
Yes.
And Veronica's like, that is amazing. You get up at 5 a.m. and do yoga?
I know. Right. Good
Veronica's
for
like,
you.
that's amazing. I'm
Mhm.
like, Tim needs to take a little bit of a note from Veronica.
He doesn't know how to play the game.
He doesn't know how to, he is butthurt. And it's like, Tim, tell Jesse, like, be nice to him. It's going to be funnier. So Tim
Mm.
said that she's a gold digger.
Right.
And they broke up because he wouldn't pay for a third visa. So I guess they had to go through the process a few times.
Right.
So Jesse
But
stands up
don't
for
know.
her.
I don't. Right. He's like, don't mess with my woman. Don't talk about my
Listen,
woman like
if
this.
I was on a video chat, I would say all of the things.
Yeah, of course. Me too.
I'd be like, look at my hand. It's a gun. I'm gonna
ass so
Oh,
easily.
please. I know. I'm going to fake shoot you with
I
my
know.
gun.
I
So
know.
Jennifer said that she's talking about his eyebrows. She's calling him a little B.
Mhm.
Jesse said, he's like, what do you have, a Ferrari? I could have 10 Ferraris. And Tim's like, I have more money than you. I could buy you a. And it's like, stop.
But like, why are we doing this?
This is so stupid. And also, if they have all this money, both of those girls are sitting there like, we don't get any of this.
Right. But it's also, I don't know. At the end of the day, why are they there? Is it just to cause drama?
Yes.
Like there's
Yes.
no,
Well, she said
it's
that
not like
Tim
it's
is
not like Tim
gay.
had anything to do with the season. Tim
Right.
is gay.
She said Tim's gay and she didn't want to sleep with him at all. And then they kissed.
That's not true. That's not true because
She was like
you were
begging him.
climbing him like a tree trunk. You were like, please sleep with me. So I don't know about you never wanted to. And she's like, you're disgusting. That's not true.
Well,
That's
Tim
not true.
lives,
You didn't feel like that.
they kissed to show that they're still together. You guys are very believable, by the way.
No, I know.
So Tim lives with his girlfriend and he said that they're very superficial people. And
Mhm.
now Jesse flips the script. He now has homes everywhere.
Mhm. He can own everyone.
He just
there.
bought a villa in Spain while they were talking about money.
But also, Jennifer is an architect and a fashion designer. She's an architect and a fashion designer.
What? No good?
What the hell?
She's probably
is
an
she-
architect on a yacht.
But that's what I mean. What are you talking about? An architect,
Maybe she does Legos really good.
right? That's what Tracy. I was like, what is she doing? Like a Build-A-Bear?
Yeah.
She's architecting a Build-A-Bear.
She's putting all the love into the stuffing.
Oh God, it's so stupid.
So in between the time that they were talking to Kakao, they were talking to Kakwa, Jesse bought a villa in Spain in his head. So now
show me the money.
Natalie's like, okay, guys, I know I look nuts. He doesn't have these houses. He's lying.
Natalie is not interested in him at all.
No. And Tanya's like, he's very arrogant. They call him out. They said he's lying about his properties. And then they dismissed him and Veronica.
Yeah.
All right. So now we're backstage.
Mhm.
And Stephanie baits everyone.
What does she say exactly?
Stephanie goes, hey, what was your most interesting job that you ever did? And Debbie's like, I was a private investigator in LA, but I didn't know how to Google my date.
Okay, but that means she was a secret shopper. You know what I mean? Like she would go to Applebee's and be like, the bartender wasn't wearing a black button down.
Stop it. This fish was supposed to be garnished with parsley. And I think it was garnished with cilantro.
Right. What are you talking about? You weren't a PI. You were a private investigator.
But she couldn't Google her boyfriend. She wasn't sure.
Mhm.
Okay.
But also, why don't we talk about any of the guys she went on a date with?
Because
Weird.
nothing happened ever again, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So Stephanie's like, oh, that's so weird that we happen to just be talking about weird jobs because I was a stripper in Los Angeles.
Mm-hmm. And Head's like, I knew you from somewhere.
So Tanya's mom is there. Missy shows up. She looks great. She looks really good.
Yeah, she does.
But okay, what's with the small silk scarf? Did someone buy her a Burberry scarf and she was like, what do I have that's expensive?
Yes.
Or did she go to the Burberry store and said, what is your least expensive item? And they were like a keychain. And she was like, how can I incorporate that into my outfit?
Yes,
and they
I
were
would
like,
do this.
They were like, the second most expensive thing is this tiny little handkerchief that is for a man's pocket.
Yeah.
And she's like,
I
I
will
will
square.
She's like, I will tie that around my neck. And they're
Yes.
like, perfect. All right. So she was saying that St. John has no goals. And he's like, yeah, that's because I'm a free spirit. And her mom's like, good for you.
Right.
That's not for my daughter. My daughter needs someone who has a job. That's it. No
But
offense.
also, that's not what I don't think that's what a free spirit is.
No, but at the end of the day, it's like, why even argue with him? It's
There's-
like, whatever you are is not for my daughter. Thank you so
Yes.
much.
Yes.
So she got so upset. Tanya's really, really, really sad. And, she doesn't know what to do with herself. And they're talking about how like they were sleeping together when they were still together.
Right.
And her mother was like, listen, you do what you need to do to get by. And I'm never going to
Mhm.
judge you. And if I'm not judging you, don't worry about what anyone else says about
That's very nice.
you. I was like, oh my God, that's support.
Uh-huh.
So now they're talking about how they might be financially responsible for him. Now, the rules of the K-1 visa are that you are financially responsible for someone if they go on government assistance. So,
right. So I guess if he applies for like welfare or
food
stamps,
stamps, anything like that, Tanya's mother, who's the co-signer, has to pay the government back because she has agreed that she would be the financial, that, he would be her financial burden, not the government.
Thank you for clearing that up. Okay.
Anything for you. And they were like, listen, he doesn't know how to write a form. He'll live in a tent before he'll ever know how to get on welfare.
I thoroughly believe that.
I also believe it. So then we find out that Tanya had given him $2,000, but I think it was a loan. It was
right, because
it was like a payday loan. Okay.
Right.
So he said that it was for rent. He's like, I thought that my check was going to hit. I have to pay rent. And she gives him the $2,000. And then he goes to LA the next day to, quote, have fun at the beach. But he went to go meet some girl.
Went to go meet a girl. Mm-hmm.
And then he's like, yeah, well, it's not my problem. She was looking at my stories.
Asshole. Manipulative.
And Deb's like, apologize to her. And he's like, I said I was embarrassed. She's like, apologize to her. She's going to cry. This is
hurtful. This is very hurtful.
Wow.
I don't like it at all.
I also don't know what's going on there. But is your ex still using your Netflix?
Probably.
That's what one woman found after she downloaded Truebill, which finds and cancels subscriptions with just a tap. Do you really need all those streaming services now that you're back in the office? The pandemic almost required us to have 12 different streaming services. But now that you're back in the office, you've watched every show available. What's the point of spending hundreds a month on streaming services that you don't even use?
That's so true.
Take control of your subscriptions with the new free Truebill app. Truebill helps you discover hidden, unwanted subscriptions and cancels them with just one click.
It's so hard to cancel them sometimes. They make it hard.
Well, by law, most states don't have to disclose when subscriptions renew. So get a hold of your subscriptions with Truebill. Now,
interesting.
Like Matthew B., who says, in a matter of seconds, I saved $660 for the year on my direct TV bill, saved $120 for the year on my SiriusXM bill, saved $840 a year on my car insurance.
Wow, that's wild.
Truebill has over 2 million users and helps save them over $100 million. Don't fall for subscription scams. Start canceling today at truebill.com/trash talk. Go right now.
I'm definitely going to go.
Truebill.com/trash talk. It could save you thousands a year. Truebill.com/trash talk.
Tracy?
Yeah.
I have to tell you truthfully, there are so many things I think that I am subscribed to that I need to get a hold on.
Okay, well, here we go. Let's start today.
Mm-hmm.
Deb said that it's good that they're not together anymore because at first everyone was like, oh, Tanya and St. John.
Yes.
All right. So now they show his date and him saying he's glad that he left her.
That was
okay.
My heart shattered.
Tanya is so graceful. Why?
I don't know, because I would be rolling around on the floor.
Okay. I would also be rolling around on the floor. I would have hung myself with my mother's pocket square.
No, I agree. It's like everything here is hurtful. Him saying oh, I don't know. I just don't want kids now. Maybe everything. In the future. Yeah, everything.
He told Tanya and Missy that he never, ever wanted kids. And she's like, but I want him to have kids with someone because I think he'd be a great dad. And then Debbie's like, but not a great husband for you.
Right.
Oh, God. So Tanya goes on a date with someone. He got her flowers. She's very like low key about everything. And then
She's not interested.
They excuse Missy. She goes back to the point.
Right. She goes back to the point.
She's like, this is
She
perfect. We're
leaves
right
her
here.
Burberry Square.
We're right here in Long Island City or Midtown Manhattan or wherever we are. I could go right over this little bridge. I could go right back into the Bronx, Hunts Point. This is great. So
Poor Tanya.
Natalie is so happy to be out of the wood.
Okay, I don't blame her.
I am so disturbed by this.
What, this whole segment? Me too.
Yes. Okay. So
Yeah.
Mike, she said that Mike has a new girlfriend, but guess what? He's here.
Right.
Okay. I'm going to tell you a story.
Okay.
Okay. So last week you came to my house and I made you chicken soup.
Uh-huh. So good.
You asked me if I can make you dumplings in the chicken soup.
Yeah.
I said, I don't have any flour that's not gluten-free.
Uh-huh.
And then I remembered that you had made dumplings with Grand's biscuits.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's what I did. I did that because I was like, that's quick and easy. I could definitely do that.
And you love me so much.
I love you so much. So you're sitting at my dining room table talking to our friend Suzanne. I come into the dining room because I'm joining in the conversation as I'm opening the can of biscuits.
I almost pooped myself.
You got so scared at the pop. Anyway, unrelated. So Mike's here.
I'm thinking, where the hell is she going with this right now?
Mike's shirt is very nice.
He popped.
He popped.
Like a bunch of grands.
He is dumpling all the way. So he is mean as the day is long, this guy.
What the hell? You know what? Then when they say he's a Scorpio, it's like, yep, makes sense. Sorry, Scorpios out there.
She's like, oh, hey, Mike, you look good. It's nice to see you. He goes, glad you're still alive.
He's trying.
Is
he though? Maybe he's
I
not.
don't know.
I don't know.
So he said that he got an apartment in Seattle for work. Then we talk about Natalie in the Wood.
Also, all she ever wanted was to live in Seattle.
That's all she wanted. So she said that she got to the Wood, Natalie in the Wood. She gained 20 pounds. She went on an antidepressant, which is made with so much butter, honestly.
And also, she went on a carrot cake diet.
And a carrot cake. But okay, between the antidepressant, which is layers of butter,
Yum.
and carrot cake, this girl has a carrot fetish.
Okay, she does have a carrot fetish, Tracy. Because remember, she had like nothing to eat, and she just takes out these raw carrots out of Mike's fridge and just starts eating them. There's nothing to eat here.
Carrot. She loves carrots. Anyway,
she does.
So Mike said that he's single, but he's straight up lying.
Right.
He has the worst personality in the world.
Yeah, he's the meanest person ever.
She said that she texts him sometimes, he won't respond. But I do like that she refused to argue with him.
Yeah, but also like, I don't know. She sucks too, though. They both suck.
She does, but like here, I don't know. So we find out that Mike was actually her third husband.
Which I did not know this.
And then she goes, she thinks it's terrible. She's very embarrassed by it. And then she says, quote, I'm not Elizabeth Taylor.
No, you are not.
So he said that he's going to file for divorce in a few weeks. And she finds out that he didn't file her paperwork. And Natalie's like, no, of course you did. And he's like, no, I didn't.
I don't blame him.
So she said that she didn't even take clothes when she left. So she's crying. She's very hurt. Deb goes to comfort her and she is hysterical crying. She runs off now. And then Deb is like, hey, Mike, could you bring her clothes? Is that like something you could do? And he's like, okay.
Right.
Do you think she's crying over the divorce or do you think she's crying because now she doesn't have a status?
She's crying because she might have to go back.
Yes.
Uh-huh. That's why she's crying. She doesn't give a shit if he's divorcing her or not, but she's okay with staying married to him and him paying. She still gets money from him.
Yeah. I don't know. This is listen, I felt bad for her because her crying was genuine. I just don't know what it was about exactly.
No, me neither. I think it's because she doesn't have like 100% answer. She's saying.
Right. And then she's like, I'm here in America with no one. And I don't know. I kind of felt bad for her.
Yeah, that sucks.
So listen, this was a really wild ride. I'm so glad that you guys came with us on this ride.
Tracy, I am glad that we watched this. I really enjoyed it. I know it took me a year and a day, and it took you a year and a day, but I liked watching it.
I know. And I'm glad that we've closed the chapter on the single life. We have so much more to look forward to in life.
And it also got green lit for a new season.
I know. So now tonight,
So,
I'm going to be able to watch Love is Blind in peace.
oh, yes.
So
Very good. Good for you.
make sure you're following the podcast at 90 Day Podcast on Instagram and Twitter, where Noelle spills the tea. She goes to the best gossip sites and gets us all of the tea. You could follow
So
Noelle at Noe Girl on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. You could follow me at Trixie Tuzini on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Go to tracycarnazzo.com for everything for the podcast and all of our merch and my upcoming shows. Also, give us a 5-star rating, an amazing review. And if you want to talk about this podcast or the show, go over to 90 Day Fiance Trash Talk on Facebook. We have an amazing Facebook group. And that's it.
Yeah, come join us. It's so fun in that group.
I'm on Cameo. Bye.
Bye.